Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
We're going to move on to my boy, Michael Joseph Jackson. And I did see Raymond say earlier I meant to read it earlier, but he did say, he said thank you for getting a decent picture of Mike on the thumbnail, like unlike some of these other YouTubers that have been doing, talking about the biopic and been using a less than flattering picture of Mike. Yeah. Here's what I'll say. I adore Michael Jackson, and this is what I was telling you before we even started. I'm not a fan of Michael Jackson. I'm in the cult of Michael Jackson. Honestly, because the way when Mike passed, I hate saying that. When Mike passed, you would have thought I personally knew this man. Was your best friend. Yes, you would have thought I personally knew this man. So I'll paint the picture here quickly. 2009. It was summer. It was June. I remember. 2009 in June when Mike passed. I was watching 106 in Park when 106 in Park was still a thing. It was Roxy and Terrence. They were hosting it. Who was the host? Roxy and Terrence. You already know. Roxy and Terrence were hosting it. And we were on like song number 5, countdown. Damn, and next thing I know, they cut off the song. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? They pan the audience. Everybody's like in tears. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And next thing you know, Roxy starts talking and she's like, I can't. So she stopped. And then Terrence says, we just lost the greatest entertainer of all time, Michael Jackson. And I said, I had to go check, is this real? Is this, blah, blah, blah. So when Mike passed, you would have thought the way I acted, because all summer, you couldn't get away from Mike, and I loved it. They played his music nonstop on VH1, nonstop on MTV, nonstop on the radios here, like all summer, bro. Not just like a week, not a month. It was all summer. Yeah. And why? Because Michael Joseph Jackson, and your mileage may vary. Your negative comments about Mike, please, if you don't want to get cussed out, keep that shit to yourself. He said keep it at home. Because I'm telling you, Michael Joseph Jackson, regardless of the negative shit that people say about Mike, that's untrue about Mike, because innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, and he didn't have a chance to be proven, innocent. Like, let alone guilty. Right, like Michael Joseph Jackson is the greatest entertainer of all time. Oh, his death? Yes. Oh, of course. I think that's definitely another topic. But my God, he is like you just can't throw a rock at an artist and it not have something to do with Michael Jackson. I'm telling you, whether. Mike was brilliant. Just brilliant. He was brilliant. And he was not just brilliantly as an artist. He was a brilliant human being. Mike was so kind. Yes. He was so generous, constantly giving to, and I've seen so many different people talking about, why are they doing a biopic about him? Why are they, and I'm mixed on the biopic. Let me say that. I have my mixed feelings about it. I hope they do it right. I do hope they better. They better do Mike right. And the reason you better do Mike right is because his story is so sad. I'm trepidatious. And the trepidation is, well, I'm 50-50 on it because of who's directing. Bohemian Rhapsody was great. I don't know if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody with is it the guy that was Rami Malek? Yeah, the guy that was in what's that show? Robot or something like that? I'm not sure what else he's done outside of Twilight. But I'm not sure when he showed up in Twilight. But I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Rami Malek was he was brilliant in Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen, getting to see how Freddie Mercury, his portrayal of Freddie Mercury was just great. I thought he was great. It was great. The direction of the film was great. So if we can do a Michael Jackson biopic in the same vein that Bohemian Rhapsody's done, and some of the things in Bohemian Rhapsody were exaggerated. Some things didn't go exactly how they went, like the whole, like the meeting scene that he had, about the whole 7-minute song that is. The Queen song there, I forgot. Oh God, don't kill me in the comments, please. I know the song. I listened to the song. Mr. Robot, that's what it was. But yes, actually he was. Yes, now that you Mr. I do remember. I didn't watch it, but I remember that. So if it's done in that same vein, and it's not, obviously there are going to be things that you're going to have to touch on, like the things that happened within his life. Yes, but you got to do this right. Like, don't paint Mike to be a villain, because I've seen people saying that. People saying like, "Oh, you can't do this if you don't if you don't actually tell what he really was. Well, what the fuck was he really since you knew him?
Yeah.
What was he really? You know?
Yeah, no,
A lot of people have never seen, you and I have seen it, but
Yeah.
a lot of people have never seen Jackson's The American Dream. A
No.
lot of people have not seen that.
Which is kind of crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's one of those like classic movies that you have to see.
Yeah, it's one of those cultural classics,
like,
like, you know, that you just
for the culture have to see.
that you
like,
if you haven't seen Jackson's The American Dream, it's like, okay.
My mom was here's the thing, my mom was obsessed with Michael Jackson, and my dad was the biggest Prince fan you'll probably ever meet. So I got the best of both worlds. So when Prince died, I was like belligerent. I was like, oh my god, this cannot be happening. And I played nothing but Prince at Hard Rock like for 2 months straight after that. But even when Michael died, I was so lost for words because it just didn't make sense. It just kind of felt like it was out of nowhere.
Sad.
Yeah.
It was very sad. It was out of nowhere. The man was murdered.
Very sudden, yeah. And it never felt right. His death never felt right to me.
Yeah, so I'm, you know, like I said, I do want to see a biopic of Mike. I would love to see a biopic of Mike. I love biopics in general.
They just better do them right.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. Like I said, if you're gonna do it, do Jackson's The American Dream type of style too. Like Jackson's The American Dream was great. It was accurately told. You didn't leave shit out. It was great. Like if you're gonna do a biopic, we need to see, like, because people like to, you know, again, if you haven't seen Jackson's The American Dream or you're not, you know, well versed in Mike's upbringing, those children were beat. They were beat. I mean, as a result, verbally, physically, emotionally, I mean, they were beat. Like, you know, the result was they became the Jacksons.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mike didn't have a childhood. That explains the amusement park and the childlike things he would always do because he didn't get to have a childhood. You want to go outside and play? No. We're working on the next show, or we're working on this, or we're working on that.
Yeah, so now when you have all this money...
He didn't have fucking friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they has the song Ben about the mouse, because that was one of his only fucking friends outside of his siblings. Like, they weren't allowed to be children. So if you're going to show all of that, if you're going to do a biopic, show that shit. Make people understand why Mike was painted as Wacko Jacko. Why Mike was painted in the light that he was painted in, because you didn't understand Mike.
Yeah.
All
their, just the whole story, their whole brought up, just... It was just sad. It was just really, really sad. And I mean, I don't blame him for, you know, liking things that children would like at his age because, like you said, he didn't have a childhood. No. So imagine you finally being on your own and you're making your own money and you can create your own time pretty much. Yeah, if I can go to an amusement park, I'm going to go to... I'm 27 and I still go to an amusement park.
Yeah, but you know, it's like even you can listen to recently passed, very sad, Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter has done interviews talking about Mike wasn't that. He's like, never once, bro, when I was at Mike's house, did any of that shit go down like that. Like,
there's been so many child stars that have came out and been like, that's never been a thing with
because
me.
that wasn't who Mike was. That's not who Mike was. Like, it's just not who Mike was. People said, would you let your children? Yeah, I would have. I would have let my kids go over Mike's house. Take that how the fuck you want to take it. I would have let my kids go to Mike's house. So no, it's not. It's just not one of those things for me. Again, Jackson's The American Dream, though, fucking brilliant. I saw someone say on Twitter, make Angela Bassett Catherine again.
Catherine, yes.
Why not? It worked the first time. Let's do it again. Do it again because she was... A lot of people, like when we talk Wakanda Forever, like when we see Angela Bassett, a lot of these newer people that are new to Angela Bassett don't understand. Sister has portrayed many roles. Many roles. She should... I'm looking at you, Academy Awards. She should have had an Oscar a long time ago.
Sorry.
She doesn't have one.
I'm sorry. Side note. Don't get me wrong. I love that she won
the Golden Globe?
The Golden Globe, but I'm so mad it was over this dumbass shit.
Oh, yeah. Even though I will say this. I hate Wakanda Forever, and everybody knows that.
Woo!
But she, in Wakanda, the minute that trailer played, it was her for me in the trailer. Yeah. It was her for me that made the trailer beautiful.
She didn't bring it. She brought it.
Oh yeah, she definitely brought it.
I just feel like out of everything this woman has done,
everything she's done, this is what she's getting the Golden Globe for.
This is what we're going for.
Right. And like I said, because she was nominated for an Oscar for What's Love Got to Do with It. She just didn't win. She didn't win, and she was, bro. And the fact that she didn't win because she portrayed Tina Turner.
Oh. I think it.
Especially the end, bro. The ending scene where she's Tina by this time.
Yeah.
And she's got the hair and she's doing the makeup and Ike walks in the dressing room. You can't tell me that ain't Tina fucking Turner the way that Angela Bassett portrays her. So I think, again, if you're gonna do a biopic, bring Angela back. Let her be Catherine. Whatever
worked the first time, let's bring that back to the table.
Yeah.
Let's just do it right.
Yeah, bring all that back. And I'll read here very quickly just this first part. It says, Michael Jackson is getting a biopic treatment. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Michael Jackson is getting the biopic treatment. Lionsgate and director Antonio Fuqua are taking on the musician's life in a film titled Michael. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed, which I love the title, Michael. I like that. Just keep it that, Michael.
Nice and simple.
Yes. Graham King, a seasoned hand at biopics with the Oscar-winning Queen film Bohemian Rhapsody under his belt, is producing along with John Branca and John McClane, who are the co-executives of the Michael Jackson estate. John Logan, who penned Gladiator and The Aviator, wrote the script. The first film of his career were music videos, and I still feel that combining film and music are a deep part of who I am, said Fuqua in a statement. For me, there's no artist with the power, the charisma, and the sheer musical genius of Michael Jackson. Never will be. There will never be.
I think it's crazy when people try to compare him to Michael. And I just think it's crazy when people try to compare artists to other artists in general, because I'm like, at this point, there's so many different things out there. Like, everyone's in their own lane, and that's completely fine.
The closest we're going to get to another Mike is Breezy. Chris.
But he's even said, like,
oh, yeah,
I'm not even.
Yeah, he's not. He's no brother. Like, don't get me wrong. You ain't Mike.
Yeah, he's
None of y'all will ever be Mike.
And he says, I ain't Mike, and y'all ain't Mike.
Right.
Mike is Mike.
Nobody will ever touch the king of pop.
But if we,
the greatest entertainer of all time. We're talking about a man. I'm going to finish this article, but we're talking about a man who could come out on stage in a concert, not sing a word, not open his mouth, just stand there. Just stand, and motherfuckers is passing out. Then you reach for his glasses, and then the sound in the arena elevates just because he's taking his glasses off.
And I think I read somewhere, like, Michael Jackson was the first artist that had an audience reaction like that since Elvis.
Yeah.
Since Elvis.
And I don't care what, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, he's no Elvis. He surpassed Elvis.
And that's
Elvis is no Mike.
A lot of people have said that too. Like, a lot of people, like, just his records alone, his legacy alone, they say, like, he surpassed his Elvis.
Mike's music is still, I don't know who listens to Elvis's music. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not saying that. Anyway. Mike's music is one of those things that it's timeless. It's played. It gets played. Timeless. Like it's timeless because Mike is timeless, bro. Yeah, like
he did that.
Yeah. So when you're talking about a man like that, bro, that could come out and make people are leaving on stretchers, and he hasn't even sung a word yet. He hasn't said. All he did was come out on stage. That's power. That's not just power. That is a legacy. That shows you what this man truly meant to audiences, to people. Like, he's just brilliant, bro.
You just can't beat it.
You can't. And the last part, it says, I was influenced to make music videos by watching his work. The first black artist, first black artist to play in a heavy rotation. He was the first black artist to play on MTV. He broke barriers for our community, bro.
Yes,
Mike and the Jacksons weren't just, I think they were the first, they were on the, one of the first black groups on, I forget the show, who the host was the show, was it the Ed Sullivan Show? I could be lying on that. Anyway, he broke barriers for this community. Like Mike, the first black artist to be in heavy rotation on MTV. His music and those images are part of my worldview, and the chance to tell his story on screen alongside his music was irresistible. Jackson, who won 13 Grammys and rose from childhood stardom in the Jackson 5, became the biggest pop star in the world, passed away in 2009 at the age of 50. So, oh, okay, hold on. According to Lionsgate, the film will address all aspects of Jackson's life through it, though it is unclear how the film will address the many controversies involving the late music icon, given that the film is made in conjunction with his estate, which has defended him against accusations of sexual abuse of sexually abusing children. Those accusations were returned to the public discourse thanks to the 2019 HBO documentary Leaving Neverland. In that fucking documentary should have been made. I didn't even finish that shit. I will never finish that shit because
I started it and
so
I was
fucking
like,
disrespectful.
It was just weird.
Yeah.
It was weird how
it was a money grab.
It was weird
that
how
Wade dude, ain't that his name?
Yes,
Wade?
but it was weird how they were even just portraying the so-called victims.
Money.
The way they were, I was like, this is creepy. This is creepy, and I don't like it.
Money, I don't like it. And this is the last thing I'm going to show on this topic. And this is because I adore Keke Palmer, and we were talking about this. Keke Palmer does an amazing portrayal of Angela Bassett. That's my girl. She does portrayals of Angela Bassett from What's Love Got to Do with It, but the one that I'm about to show is her portrayal of Angela Bassett from Jackson the American Dream. This is when Catherine hears on the phone Joe cheating on her. Joe had asked her to go to the store and get some ice cream, and meanwhile she heard the phone ring. She had answered the phone several times that day just to hear someone breathing and then click when Joe didn't answer. So she was going on her way to the store. She heard the phone ringing from one of the other rooms in the house. She goes to pick it up. She's listening to the conversation, and it's Joe and some mistress of his talking about blah, blah, blah. She walks in on him. She says, I heard every word. And then that's when she's like, I don't want you no more. Yeah, so fucking good, bro. So fucking good. But Keke Palmer sat down with Angela.
We're both Virgos, so in my head, we're best friends.
Yeah. Sat down with it. Look at
Keke Palmer does an impeccable impression of one of Angela Bassett's iconic roles.
You a lie, and you a cheat, and I don't want you. I don't want you no more. I'm telling you, that scene is too good. You a lie, and you're a cheat, and I don't want you. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
Shit is so good. I love it. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. You know, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. I competed in a talent competition when I was in eighth grade. In eighth grade. My mom put me in this talent competition. I made it to the rounds in Dallas. We had to do some competing here in the city. Then after that, this was serious. My mom wanted me to be one of those Disney Channel kids really bad. We competed here in the city. Then I made it to the rounds in Dallas. The next round we're going to be in L.A. I didn't make it to those, but I made it to the stuff in Dallas. And you know, the hotel we were at in Dallas, so many different kids, some all ages. So they wanted you to come in. You had to model, you had to sing, you had to act. Model, sing, and act. We had to do all three of those. Right. Thank God I can sing. So I sung. I don't remember what I sung. I don't remember what I sung. But I sung the song. But let's get to the monologue part. The monologue I did was the Jackson the American Dream monologue. No. Where Joe gets the towels. He's like, Michael, Marlon, who left his house by the swimming pool? And then goes up there and blah, blah, blah. She's like, Joseph, get in here. You could wake the dead. No more beatings. You hear me? No more. And then he's like calling for Michael and Marlon. She's like, I've had enough, Joseph. All these years I've had enough.
Wait, did you do her part?
Yeah, I did her part. Oh! I was like, you cannot keep doing these boys like this. Oh, bro, yeah, I pulled a Catherine.
Oh, baby.
It was great. It was great. They made me do another monologue too. No, unfortunately. But they made me do another monologue. And the other monologue I did was the Fresh Prince monologue when Will finds out that his dad doesn't want him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro. So, anyway, I am pretty high on a Michael biopic if done correctly. I have my mixed feelings because don't disrespect my guy.
True.
But I have my mixed feelings, but I still want to see it because I adore biopics. I think biopics are good when they're done correctly, like Bohemian Rhapsody, like What's Love Got to Do with It, like Jackson's The American Dream, and some of the others out there. So, but as always, questions for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Are you checking for a Michael Jackson biopic? Are you asking yourself, as like I asked at the very beginning, for why? But at the same time, and I'll say this too, I wish they would just leave Mike alone. I want to see a biopic, but because you drug him through the mud through his last days here on earth, not just his last days, drug him through the mud for years and years and years and years, drug him through the mud. Like he said in his song, just leave me alone. Yeah. Leave him alone and let Mike rest. But again, I pose a question for you. Let us know what you guys are thinking.